We're here for hockey, bitch.
The Utah
What else do
Hockey
you need?
Pucks.
Put
Yeah, what else do you need?
Or
Oh.
Utah Hockey Sticks. You could have double. You
that
could have
was
crossing sticks. Double hockey sticks.
the
I don't think
Utah
Utah likes
Soakers.
anything associated to hell.
Yeah, but they would probably say HE double hockey sticks or whatever because that's what they do. So it actually kind of fits.
But it's even like I thought they didn't like referencing it.
I don't know if I've ever heard a Mormon reference hell. Actually, now I'm thinking about it.
Do they have hell?
I don't think they
have hell?
do. No, I remember. No, they have different levels of heaven. I
Yeah.
remember asking about it. They don't have a hell.
Oh, so like if you're kind of a shitty person, you just go to like the lowest like
Yeah, you go to
poverty
like
tier
heaven level F or something.
Yeah, you only have
Oh.
basic cable and like
Oh, that would be awesome. No internet.
No!
no crappy internet, like 56K internet.
Oof.
Oof.
Yeah,
Yeah.
You don't
yeah.
even get to like 5 megs?
it's
No.
scrambled HBO. Like it's like like when you were a kid and you had to try to
If you
Am I
want to
the
watch any
oldest one
sports,
here?
you have to go mess with the antenna for like 2 hours.
yeah.
No internet at all is one step above that level.
Yeah, because you can just kind of enjoy your life a little better knowing you don't have it.
Right.
Yeah.
Instead of just
Yeah.
like
100%.
Yeah.
Truth. Hey man!
Hello.
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 New art,
You
last
did
art, final art.
Something. Yeah, do art. I'm gonna try and have a new page like this each time y'all go somewhere new and different. So
Yeah, where's all our
Well,
stuff to click on?
yeah, I mean I found that not only in y'all's campaign but in literally all of my campaigns, no one just really clicks on them. So when
I
the
did when you
module
first put 'em
broke,
in.
yeah, it's like cool to see once, but then it's like, okay. So I just took them out. I like having a landing page just because it gives something, to rest on. But beyond that, I just don't know
Hey,
how much of it is really necessary.
Question, David. Remember you used to have a website where you kept all of your lore?
Yeah.
Is that still a thing?
Yeah, it's just a subreddit, and
Yeah, I thought
the
it was
subreddit,
Malnova.
the Malnova subreddit still exists. Yeah, it's there, r/Malnova. If anyone ever wants to.
But you had something that was like it
I'm
was
lurking
official,
right
like.
now. There's
document-
4 users lurking here.
Yeah.
All right. Who are you people?
Is one of them me?
There is another website called World Anvil, and I think I used that for a bit.
Yeah, you did.
Because I remember me and Waco
Mhm.
got on and read a bunch. And I
Yeah,
kept finding
I think-
typos, and I would just send you pictures every time.
The World Anvil, I read every bit of it.
Yeah, I think anything that's on World Anvil is on that subreddit. I basically just like copy pasted it over. So you're not missing anything. Probably after all this is over, I might write some more things up on it. It was kind of fun, but it was a lot to do while also trying to make campaign stuff.
Need to publish
Um,
this whole situation, David. I'll help you.
Yeah, I would definitely need help with
This would
that.
make a great 10-season animated show.
That it would. That would be pretty cool. I also went through today and cleaned up a lot of our files in Foundry, since spoiler alert, we don't really need the files from the Aran Valley anymore, and that's just been sitting. So I'd be curious to hear from y'all if you notice any performance improvements. Probably not, but it'd be interesting. Okay, let's go and begin. What do we have here? Enough? Yeah, enough. Yeah. So let's go. Okay. What happened last session? What did y'all encounter?
A random old man was sitting in our house, or their house, not my house anymore.
Yeah. What did the old man have to say?
He was sent by the Archmage to take us to Blackstone Tower.
His name was
Right.
Cornelius.
Yes.
Fudge. Cornelius Fudge.
Yeah,
we had to
so-
vet him a little bit.
Yeah, you vetted him, figured out his thing, then eventually trusted him. So you went to the
Well,
Archmage.
kind of.
kind of. Trusted him enough. And then you went
He
to
took him with
the yeah, you did force him to go. So now he's stuck at Blackstone Tower instead of the Sanctuary.
Oh, and,
And,
someone's cleaning our house, I think, or something. Something is cleaning our house.
Something.
Flump.
Yeah. What was his name?
Flumpy.
Flump.
Flumpy.
Something.
Clumpy. Clumpy.
Flumpy.
Clumpy.
Flumpy, yeah.
Flumpy,
Clumpy.
The flump.
Clumpy the Flump.
but not a real flump.
I mean, he
The man-
was, but he wasn't.
I thought he was a manifestation of a flump.
Yeah, but like simulacrums are like it's a literal carbon copy of a living creature. Like memories and everything.
He's flump. Okay.
Flump's clone.
Could have an existential
Does he know the password?
conversation about whether
Luckily,
flumps
flumps
have
are
memory.
like intelligent, so it's okay. Real?
And what all did you learn from the Archmage? Because you went to Blackstone Tower. What happened there?
Now we need to go to Grand City and essentially then go to Raptua via the portal that is in there, and we need to kill the god of the
Serpents.
the serpent god. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's where
You
it all
basically
began.
were told by the Archmage the grand plan that he's been working on for a long time now, for several arcs, and he finally revealed it to you. It's kind of based on the assumption that the Wanti essentially have a
god.
a Kodia, right? And so his idea is that if you were to go and kill their Kodia, perhaps that would be enough of a blow for them to pull back from Malnova. It's a kind of wild plan and forces y'all to act a little special ops, but without it, he doesn't see much of a pathway to victory. So that's kind of what he has propositioned for all of you to try and do. And you're right, Drew. It starts by going back into Grand City, where y'all first found the way to Raptua. Go in through your portal, and then once you're there, identify and kill their god.
Yeah, but the major issue is once we get through the portal, we don't know where it's going to send us.
Exactly. So he realizes that he's kind of setting y'all up for a pretty tough situation, and that once you get there, you're going to have to not only survive in Raptua, but also figure out where you are, and then figure out where it is, and make your way there. But no, the Diamond Dragons.
Easy peasy for sure.
And File's back.
And Fael's back, all trained up. Very
Trained
exciting.
up, raring to go. And I think he also mentioned that they're going to be. We have like a 2-month window, is what he's thought about, right? Like as far as them holding off and not necessarily winning the war, but being active in the war and giving us the time.
Exactly. He described that on the other side of things, that the forces of Malnova are basically going to feint an attack to distract the Wanti enough in Grand City. And by doing so, they're hoping to buy you time, undetected, to be able to deliver that blow. So you're kind of on a time crunch here. You got about 2 months before he anticipates the actual losing blow will be dealt. Which again sets you in a little bit of a tough situation. But again, you are the Diamond Dragons.
Hell yeah.
Anyone have any questions about any of that we just talked about?
Not me.
We ready to go.
Not me, says
Wait.
I.
Wait, we ended like we're out the door. No, wait, are we like exploring Blackstone Tower for a little bit before we head to Grand
Yeah.
City? What are we? Yeah, where are we at?
Oh,
I knew I forgot
I guess
something.
we're not.
No, y'all can. Honestly, what I wish is, I wish that I still had like the map for Blackstone
The
Tower that y'all
first one?
explored. It was back when we did it on whiteboards.
Oh,
So
Yeah.
I don't even have it if I want it. Unfortunately. So y'all can definitely explore Blackstone Tower if you want. I don't have a map.
How far we've come.
Yeah, exactly. I have a pretty cool
What's
map.
crazy is I can picture it in my head. Like I can picture some.
I can
elements
remember
of it.
pieces
I
of
remember
it.
a real map. Yeah, like
Yeah.
a whole real map.
I mean, I remember it was something like this,
Oh,
where there's this, and then there's like a wing over to this side, a wing over to this side, and then the basement down here where the things almost killed y'all and you felt something, and then you went up through here. It was something like that.
There was like
But,
a dagger on the wall.
Yeah, you're
Part of the
right.
puzzle.
Wow. Man,
And the
you remember
painting,
better
the
than I
ship.
do.
Yeah, the painting.
Yeah. Oh my god. Wild.
Put our heads together, we could figure it out.
Yeah, no kidding.
What was? I know we cheesed the puzzle, but what was the phrase?
Yeah, y'all were supposed to say something.
Oh,
And
yeah,
you
we kept-
painting.
My love, my heart, my.
Yeah, you're
my
And we just
right.
ran into every room and said it all of them.
Yeah.
Boom, 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 boom. Yeah.
The first time I got absolutely
my heart,
cheesed as a DM, I was like, wait, what? Y'all can do that?
And then Dave was like, I guess it works because you said the right one.
Yeah. Okay, so let's start with y'all in Blackstone Tower. Y'all are more than welcome to venture out a little bit if you would like. But essentially, what the Archmage is kind of waiting for, the next step is for y'all to rest, gather yourselves. He didn't say it this time out loud, but if y'all would like to look through your bag of holding and divvy out things, because there's a shit ton of stuff in there, this would probably be a good time to do it. But yeah, basically do everything that y'all need to do before pressing start and saying that you are ready to continue the next leg of the adventure, because we can't go back. So the group of you are outside of the Archmage's office in Blackstone Tower, which is at the very top, and you are on the landing, which leads to all of your bedrooms in the tower. And if you go down a level, that's the tower. That's the area of the tower that you explored previously.
Man, brings back some memories.
I miss John.
Me too, buddy. And I just kind of get a wistful tear in my eye.
I don't. He kept on telling us the same story over and over again.
Who's John?
Oh, if he was here, you would know all about him.
He was pretty much the heart of the group and our mascot.
Imagine like the greatest thing ever. It was him.
But then he was gone.
Just like that. He was around my neck, and now he's no longer here.
That sounds
Wait.
like confusing as fuck. He was around your neck?
You only took his skull, right? You think his body is still here?
Probably.
I
Would we-
didn't think
would-
about that. What if his body is still here?
Yeah. Would we remember if his body is still here?
Yeah, I mean, you would know that it really just comes down to if things were left where you all left them. You know what I mean?
It was a long ass time ago.
Yeah.
That would be the only limiter, really.
I mean, it'd be a headless skeleton lying on the floor, right? Maybe you can use one of his bones and bring him back later in a ritual.
I instantly go searching the whole tower, like running up and down. Like, I have no clue where he was, but I'm like running around trying to find him.
In my head, we found him in a closet, but
No, he was like sitting down at a table. He was like playing cards with another skeleton or something.
Yeah, you're right, Jacob. You begin to scour Aslos. You run down to the other landing, where the paintings were that you can see on the walls here. And as you go to one of the rooms here, it's a table with a large circular table. And sitting at this table are several different dusty skeletons. And you can see where some of the skeletons were blown apart by the group of you because they attacked you. And John was the only one left living whenever this group of skeletons attacked you all. And you can see, sitting in the head chair, the body, the skeleton of John, where his head was removed from his body.
Alright, I go ahead and take the entire skeleton and I shove him in my bag of holding.
You never
Awesome.
know. If anything, they're a good snack later.
True.
And yeah, you take him.
We don't know if there's any food in Ratatouille, so. Yeah, I'm looking around at this like dusty, old, decrepit, shitty tower, and I'm like, what's so special about this place? It's not even clean.
Yes,
It is
I have
definitely
to
not
agree,
clean.
pal.
Hey, Aslos, would you pull John's body back out real quick? I want to try something.
Yeah, I'll pull out the whole skeleton and hand it to Jen.
And like I kind of posture him upright, so he's maybe sitting upright, and then I pull out from my bag the skull of Orcus and affix it on top of
Oh,
John's
shit.
body, and see if anything happens.
Well, the final arc just changed.
Now I'm trying to like summon John in the head of
No more Raptua.
That's exactly how you reacted when he put his hand through the portal.
You place the skull of Orcus on top of like the fixture, and as you do so, you can see visually many changes begin to happen. You can see that a light blue and green, like kind of mist, begins to pour out of the eye sockets of this skull, and this room dramatically begins to grow cold. And this light fog is flooding from the eye sockets of this skull, and you watch as every couple seconds or so, one of the joints on this skeleton begins to crack and move, as though it's testing out every little joint throughout the body of it. And slowly the testing rises until it's kind of moving its neck slightly.
And I perk up. I'm like, John, is that you?
I thought you guys said you lost him.
And a voice rumbles out from this skeleton as it locks eyes with you, Jen. You watch as the jawbone does not move, and this voice fills your skull. It fills your skull so dramatically that your head instantly begins to shoot with pain, as though the sound, the presence of whatever is filling your skull is too much. It can't fit, and it's bursting at the seams of your bone.
Oh dear.
And this voice that you hear is booming. It's low, and it fills you. You dare waken me in such a pathetic body.
Well, I was trying to bring back my friend John. Do you know him?
And the skeleton rises off the chair as it stands. And it begins to slowly look through all of you as you hear the voice again rumble inside of you in your chest.
I pull out my sword.
And you can
Yeah,
feel
like-
Relamux kind of quivering in your hands. Not from fear, but from anticipation. And you hear the voice almost not even talking to you, Jin, anymore, but to itself. None of these bodies are suitable to house me. And it begins to walk for the door.
Can I just use my quarterstaff and pop his little spinal stem and see if his head just falls off again?
Make a strength saving throw.
Actually, you know what? Fuck that. I disintegrate the fucking skeleton.
Sure. I won't even make it roll a check. It's a skeleton. you're shooting it like almost from the back. As you blast the skeleton from behind, you watch as several of the bones that comprise of the skeleton's like body chamber, right, its ribs, its vertebrae, blast out in many different directions. Some of them just straight up disintegrate into bone powder, into bone meal, as the skull rocks off the spinal column and kind of like hits the wall. And as soon as this happens, Jen, your head is no longer in pain. You feel the emptiness begin to flood outwards as you are again once in full control of your mind.
Is anybody upset about that?
Roll 10d10 damage.
Is anybody upset about that, or?
No,
Wait.
that was good.
Halbjorn, what else
Halbjorn.
can you do?
That
We
was
should
awesome.
probably know what your abilities are in the field.
You disintegrated John.
Well, I'm sorry. He had a demon lord's head affixed to him. That's kind of.
No, I was about to do the same. Yeah,
It was worth a shot. I'm sorry. Okay, look.
That's a terrible idea. Don't do it again, though.
Yeah,
Right,
especially on a
like,
bigger body. Let's not do that for sure.
Let's just never do
So
that.
the skull's still intact.
The skull is still intact, and
Okay.
the skull looks as though it wasn't even damaged whatsoever.
Yeah, that's how I figured.
Still
It's a
glowy?
magical demon artifact.
The eyes are no longer glowing, and the coldness of the room has now faded.
Well, worth a shot and throw it back in my bag.
Potentially just destroy the entire universe. You know, whatever. It's cool.
He was just on a weak skeleton body.
Yeah, but he's gonna go find a stronger.
I thought, it was like 90% John. Maybe you could, fight him off and take over.
The willpower of this guy.
I like the idea of the demon lord still being the demon lord, but he still starts going off on John rambles. Like he can't control it. He's like, I don't know what's happening.
The demon lord's
God
telling his
was
own
born.
lore. He's like, I was born in the seventh dimension.
He's like, I don't know why I keep talking about this shit. So I have a lot of illusions, and I have some. I have some combat spells, but I am not made for combat. You must remember that I came from the Raven Clan, and we weren't really in like war conflict until very, very, very recently, until you guys showed up, pretty much. So
Well, you can do that big spell you just did.
yeah,
That's something.
I have a couple that are gonna help in combat for sure. Once I knew I was joining you guys, I copied some new spells down. So
Ah,
Wait, can you show us some of your illusions?
Some of your tricks.
Sure. Do I need to just
And
tell
the group-
like, list off the spells?
The group anxiously waits.
No, just do a performance.
Okay. So I start just making a bunch of illusions with minor illusion and prestidigitation and all that crap, and I don't know.
Of what?
Of like the shit going on in Von Rieg and of the Myconid Professor and just random shit that pops in my head. I can also. I have invisibility.
Jaryu's not sure if he's convinced. He wants a performance check.
Give us a performance check. You do the magic obviously very well, Frostbjorn, but we want to see how well you perform. What kind of show do you put on?
Yeah, you're selling yourself to the group here.
All right, Jaryu, can you roll a Wisdom saving throw, please?
Oh yeah, I forgot how to do this on this new screen here. Hold on.
So
There it is.
as Jaryu demands a performance, my eyes become inky black, and he is now. He falls asleep immediately.
Oh, sleepy.
And then I look over at Jen. And Jen, can you roll a Wisdom saving throw, please?
Okay, I believe I have advantage because of my cape.
Imagine if you did
Yeah. Let's see.
took the
Well,
cape
it'd be
off.
cooler if it works.
Yeah, but how badass are you?
I mean, a
It's,
DC 19 is pretty. It's almost as badass
That was
as you
really
can get in
high.
this game.
Yeah, and I have a very low bonus, so yeah. There you go.
Yeah, you're sickened. You start uncontrollably vomiting all over the place.
Gross.
You know what? I believe you. You can stop with him.
Yeah, and then the inky black fades away.
All right, works for me.
And then while we're all sitting here, I then summon a giant dragon, an illusory dragon, but to you guys it looks completely real.
And you watch as the dragon fills the chamber. It roars out loudly, blowing all of your hair back.
What kind of dragon do we see it as?
So it's just like a giant shadowy dragon. Like, it's not like a scaly red dragon or something.
Yeah, it almost looks as though it's made of like smoke of some sort that kind of materializes into the form of a dragon.
I take Froyo out to show Froyo the Halbjorn's magic.
And you watch as she bristles at first, believing the illusion, seeing this much larger, clearly evil dragon. And as she soaks in the image of the dragon, you watch as her wings kind of lower, her hackles lower. And I would like to take this moment, Ventus, for you to kind of realize in this moment, as she appears to make herself bigger, due to her fear, that she has genuinely gotten bigger. She, over these past several months, you can see where her horns have come in much deeper and are actually much sharper than they used to be. Her wings now, whenever she unfolds them, are a pretty decent wingspan size instead of the 3 to 4 feet that it was before. When she completely unfolds them, they're now almost 6 feet in wingspan.
I look at my wings. I like spread them out. Like, oh man, my wings are. Froyo's getting bigger than me.
Yeah, she's growing for sure. The supplies of rancid humaning and goblin meat has done her wonders.
Oh, and the Von Rie food.
And yes, the feast, of course.
Okay, well, I'm looking in the bag of holding. I'm gonna put stuff in my bag just
So
to take stuff.
I'm gonna tell the party it's an illusion, right? So this, I feel like they would automatically save on this saving throw, but I'm gonna have it breathe a cone, like a dragon, like dragon breath, basically.
Yeah, and it breathes out loudly for all of you, as you hear, feel all those good things, the breath emanating from it. It's pretty darn cool.
I turned to the party and said, like I told you, I've done my research. I know of your escapades as the Black Dragons. And then I kind of look back at the Black Dragon standing right next to me.
The who? I don't know who you're talking about.
Yeah, that was a different group. I think they got killed.
Yeah, that was.
Yeah, I heard they got assassinated in
They,
Ocaria or something.
They
Is that when they were the menagerie?
Yeah, they used to like rob people, like and let orphans out of. Yeah, no, that was.
Yeah, there's a lot of accounts of a Goliath fighting in an arena battle at in Refuge.
Can you believe another Goliath in Malnova that nobody's heard of? That would be great.
That's insane. And another bird person, crazy.
Oh my god! Like in the same group and they're friends. We gotta meet them.
We got it. It's like Shaun of the Dead when the two exact parties meet, walk past each other.
We'd probably beat them in a fight though.
Oh, totally. Those guys were assholes.
So I kind of just give it a little wink and a snap, and the dragon goes away.
Does the Blackstone Tower have a kitchen?
And I think that no, it does not. And Fayu would be able to tell you as much since she's been here for several weeks now.
It's just like there's no food.
Fail, where is the kitchen in this
There's
establishment?
no kitchen. We are on provisions that we brought with us. There's nothing.
How do you heat up your provisions? What do you need?
I mean, we can do that. We have a hearth. You know, you got the pot, and I show him the
Show me.
soldier, basically the soldier's gear, right, for campaigns. Like pull out some good iron pans and shit, and some tongs. Get some coals disturbed.
Yeah. And you kind of show him how you stoke the forge, heat up your rations over the pots and pans that you have available to you there.
And I just start with all my knowledge from everything that I have gathered from all my books and all that. Just start making a feast with like a quarter of the provisions that they have left.
You kind of watch, knowing that this is not going to go over well, with like the military folk that are here at the tower, as he takes like copious amounts of like the butter and the lard, and is like
I'm
really
trying to talk
going
him
all
down.
out.
I'm not telling him he can't, right? I'm just
Yeah.
like talking like you don't need
this
that much, though,
is
right?
going to be the greatest feast that
Okay,
this
but
tower
half of that
has
butter.
ever seen. It's an inspiration of
Half of
Yokizo's.
You don't need
You
all
know
the
his
butter.
heart's in the right place, but the rations are not, as he begins to cook away. What are the other three of you doing? Halbjorn, Ventus, and Jin.
Continuing on my performance, I'm just gonna summon a familiar. It's gonna be a little raven named Inkblot, and it's gonna just be flying, doing a little aerial show around where we're sitting. And then
I wanna-
after it's done, come land on my shoulder.
I want to get the daggers that Derna gave me, and I'm gonna just like start training with the daggers and learning how to use the daggers.
Yeah,
And I'll try to be the 3 daggerman.
Very cool. And I will add those like officially to your sheet. And yeah, you're playing around with the gold leaves. And Jin, what are you doing? It's just the 3 of you in here.
Yeah, I kind of want to. After I wipe up all the vomit from my face, I want to like go and examine the picture if it's still there of the boat.
Yeah. You can tell that most things here on this floor are undisturbed. It's almost exactly as the group of you left them whenever you adventured here, which I think would bring a little bit of solace, you know? And so yeah, you examine the portrait, you look at the picture, it's exactly as you remember it, a large ship on a foreboding dark sea.
And I whisper the words, "My glory." I think that was the one.
And you watch as the frame highlights in a soft gold, similar to when you first solved the puzzle many months ago.
Yeah, and I smirk. And I'm like, yeah, still got it.
I'm gonna cast Continual Flame on a piece of rubble, I'm guessing just laying around,
Uh-huh.
and toss it into Fail's hand. There's nothing special about it. It's just a fire that doesn't actually burn you or anything.
Okay.
It's
That's
like
crazy.
it's like a little campfire like around the piece of rubble, but you're like holding it and it doesn't hurt anything at all. It emits light and everything.
And I imagine as he gets to the end of this show, I've used like a third of the provisions at this point, and I'm just bringing around just a ridiculous amount of food to like everybody in there, like in individual portions. I'm like, oh, here you go, Jin, and Fail, here we go. Tell me how the
thanks,
food is. I want a full
Assless.
review. Ventus, yeah, and then I just go person to person, and I'm just giving everybody just everything that was in the like it's
And
probably like a month's worth of food.
I want you to roll me an insight check as you do so.
Are
You
there
want me
cups
to?
here?
I'm feasting because I'm prepared, like thinking this is gonna be like my last good meal until after the battle.
Yeah, for sure.
I'm just enjoying.
Same.
Yeah, it's still might as well.
And as you are divvying out portions, you realize that you kind of forgot. Jargy isn't here. He's asleep.
Oh, well, I'm definitely like going to run around to find him, and then I'm just gonna dump food on his head.
There you go. Jaryu, you wake up to hot food being poured on your head.
What is the food?
What is the food?
What provisions did they?
I just think it's like I'm thinking like
That's
it's
gonna
the
largely
military
depend on how
rations that he's tried to
It's
make
not
it
like
work.
pissed off I am that I just got
Cornbread.
seasoned
like
there.
random pastas, like I don't like. It's just
Yeah, it's just like
a one
stew.
pot
You just
Drool,
pour hot water
really?
into a plastic bag and
I roll over
Aslos knows how to
smiling.
cook. Give me a minute.
I roll over smiling to Aslos.
Let
as
him cook.
stew is dropped on my face, and I slowly pick like the solid pieces out of my beard and just start eating them and thank Aslos for the meal.
And I grab my like bag of like meat, and as he's still laying there, I kind of just like dump it down his throat, like kind of wash his face a little bit with it, and just keep going.
For the rest of us, I grab some cups and I pull some water out and just kind of drop it into the cups and start handing them out to people.
And y'all have a little meal all together before you head out, because like you said, Vince, this is probably going to be y'all's last nice meal in quite some time.
I don't even know if I'd consider it a nice meal. It's like military provisions.
Very thoughtful.
Yeah,
of you.
it's the last thoughtful meal.
But the way that Aslos has used the provisions is Aslos is one of those chefs that just adds extra butter and extra oil to everything.
And it makes it
At least
that
none of
much
it's dry, okay?
Because it all tastes really good, but it will make you feel awful. And like after.
Gonna have like a
Yes,
butter crash.
very,
So
very
it's
creamy,
fantastic, but-
very thick as the group of you are eating it. And as you all, and during this meal, I would like to provide y'all the opportunity, if you would like to go through your bag of holding and distribute things, take things, now would probably be the time to do it, because y'all are going to be leaving in the morning. So I'll give y'all that opportunity, because there's a lot of things in here.
Yeah, the gems of the dog thing that we killed.
The Infinity Stones?
Yeah, the Infinity Stones need to go to these people because they got some cool abilities.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd like to look at those.
Yeah, I forget how do we get to... Oh, there it is.
I have. How did I move stuff into the bag?
It just says
Into
take.
the bag?
Yeah, can I
Just
move
hit
stuff
take.
into the bag?
Oh, never mind. Into it.
You want to put? What are you wanting to put into the bag?
Yeah. Fire would pull out her +2 shield and goes, "Guys, I'm not gonna use this anymore. I don't know if anybody can use it or wants to, but it's a +2, so it's like, it's a badass fucking shield."
I'll put it in there.
Oh, let's see. Yeah, well, it's not as cool as Yokizo's new shield, Fail. You should see that thing. It apparently kills people in one touch.
What?
And I touched Fail's shield. I was like, see?
Boop.
Kind of while we're doing this, David, and I mean, I know that I want to like take something out of the bag of holding and kind of like, I imagine I kind of seal together my 2 hammers. So that's kind of how I like. I just want it to be like chained together.
Okay. Yeah.
And I know
yeah.
we'll talk about it another time, but
Yeah, but you do mechanically fixate the one hammer to the other, almost like nunchucks, but hammers.
yeah, with like I don't know what I use out of the bag of holding, but like something that's not
Yeah.
just like gonna break apart.
And I think even you could find supplies at the tower itself that
Yeah.
would be able to do that.
I'm going to grab the vial of black broth and Yuan-Ti blood and put them in my black broth apparatus.
Okay.
There's no share left. Frost Giant, Fire Giant Strength, who wants that? That's fucking... Definitely someone should take that. Fail, you should take that.
Yeah, you should
is it?
take that file.
A potion
Potion
of
of
Fire
Fire
Giant
Giant.
Strength. You get a strength of 25 whenever you use that. So your
Oh
attacks,
yeah, that'd be great.
Your attacks are going to be badass for however long.
Let's see, where's the bag of holding? I was just looking at my inventory. Where the hell?
Oh, we have Assassin's Blood. We don't know what it does.
I'm gonna take the Topaz Infinity Stone.
Okay.
Where is the bag?
It's
It's
under
under.
our people.
Oh, okay.
Amulet of the Abyss.
Oh, okay. What y'all say I need to grab?
The Fire Giant Strength Potion. Potion of Fire Giant Strength.
There's so much shit. Ooh, a water elemental gem.
Hey. Maybe that is taken.
That's some final boss stuff right there for you, Fido.
Yeah, that will be done. Definitely say on to that.
I'll take the obsidian shadow aspect thing. I have another attunement slot.
Go for it.
Ooh, wait, but the Shadar-kai shrouded robes. If I take damage, I can use a reaction to turn invisible and teleport.
David, I got that thing. I hit the take button, but
That sounds
I don't
awesome.
see it.
You took the potion.
Can you take damage, Halbjorn? How many how healthy do you feel you are?
I'm gonna
About
take
122 hit points healthy.
I'm gonna take the
Not
Star
like-
Shadow Hulk brain.
Let me-
What were
Yeah,
you?
that
What
looks
were you trying to
interesting.
take, File?
Frost Giant potion.
You took the fire giant potion. Now it might have gone to the wrong sheet,
I
so I
think
can I can bring it over to the right sheet because I
Oh.
think that's what happened.
Hey, everyone should take a demonic spider web leg because I have web, and it literally
yeah,
says
there's
it
a lot.
ignores movement restrictions caused by webbing.
Happily.
So I could cast it on top of you guys, and you could just move through it.
While you're holding it, interesting.
Yeah. So all you guys can just take one of those, or not everyone, but
Yeah, 4 of them.
Somebody take the shrouded robes, the Shadar-kai shrouded robes.
I'll
Somebody.
take that.
I
I
don't
like
think
the
those are
idea
for
of
me.
teleporting. Jin has 18 robes already, so.
Yeah.
I'll take a spider leg.
The Star Shadow and the Obsidian Star Shadow aspect is awesome.
I like the amethyst one too, but I think that should go to someone who can't take hits. Like
Jin,
Thunder.
I think it's time that we give Jaryu his amulets. He's done us good. And he's lost a lot. What do you think?
So I dig through my bag and I was like, it takes me a while to rummage because it's deep down in there, right? Like, I pull out.
And there's the amulet of the abyss.
Yeah, I'm gonna take that amulet of the abyss.
Oh, that's the one you want, the amulet
Yes,
of the
that's
abyss?
what
Yeah.
I think. Is there another one
So-
that you took as well?
I have an amulet of Lolth, and for a while I thought that's the one he wanted from me.
I did want that one, but I want that one.
So what are you gonna do with it?
Yeah, what are you gonna do with it? You wanna tell everybody here? You've
Share
been
with
wanting
the
that
class.
for a while. I trust you, but we're gonna need some explanation here.
I have a great deal to think about before I use it. But before I use it, I will tell you. So just
Good
give it
enough
to-
for me.
I don't know if that's the case. Then why don't we just keep holding on to it until you're ready to tell us, and then we'll give it to you.
Yeah, I would prefer that not to happen just out of the blue either.
I don't even know who you are, tiny woman.
But if we're out in Raptua and decide to do
Look,
something like
guys, he risked his life.
I trust
He
him.
had
I-
his
I just,
God, why
look,
don't we just give it to him?
Dude,
We're
look,
all on the
worst that
same
can
team
happen.
here.
Given
What's
the
the
whole
worst that can
background of
happen?
Halbjorn,
No, he
would
said
it make
he would
sense
tell us,
that
though.
he
He
has
said
an
it-
alchemist supply kit?
Sure.
He has a brewer supply. I'm guessing just because D&D Beyond made that.
Yeah.
But I'll replace that with the alchemist one.
I think we need to put it to a vote.
Oh,
But I'm asking
as
because there's a lot
you
of
guys-
shit in here that can be
as
turned into potions.
Halbjorn is distracting everybody while rummaging around for his alchemist tools. I have pocketed the amulet.
I'm taking this spiked chain.
Damn it, how do I find items again?
Yeah, I can do it for you real fast.
Jin, how many things are you attuned? I don't
think
even
I'm-
know if you have to be attuned to this.
Which one?
Would you be interested in a bow? A chromatic bow? The chromatic bow that I got from the
Yeah.
painter guy?
I think I could use those, right, David?
What is it? Sorry, I
A
wasn't
bow?
listening.
The longbow?
Yeah, you should be proficient with bow.
Yeah.
And I don't see attunement on it. It's the chromatic bow. The one that does. It'll turn red after the first hit, and then blue, and then yellow, and
Yeah, that's.
all that stuff.
I saw you do work with that shit. Oh, I'll take it off your hands if you're not using it.
Yeah, I don't need it.
So
Awesome bow though.
I want to take. I guess I'm gonna try to be cognizant of this, but I'm gonna take like one thing here and there. Like I can take. Where's it?
Give to character. Ooh, there's a button.
Everyone should go take a demonic spider leg, because that does not require
Yeah.
attunement.
Send.
Where's?
Okay, I sent that to you, Jen. I think
Yeah,
it worked.
I got it. I equipped it.
Beautiful.
Thanks.
All right, I'm gonna take the Star Shadow teeth, and then eventually that will be I'm gonna do it just one at a time. Just start turning these into potions over time. 'Cause there's a lot of these in here that turn into potions from loot.
Yeah, none
Yeah, I
of us
mean,
have been able
I
to do
definitely have some random stuff like a race with claws, some fins, a hide. I got a wiggle wand. I don't know if that helps anybody. It's on a cord. It's moved to different ways. What? Is there anybody who wants this shield? This +2 shield?
I don't think anyone
I
uses
don't-
shields.
I think Aslos is the only one who really can actually use it. And you don't need it.
Yeah, you might
It's
just
a
sell
beautiful-
it. Honestly.
Yeah, it's a +2.
yeah.
I mean, it's +4 AC, you know?
Yeah, that's a lot.
It's a
Wait.
big deal.
My hammers are one-handed, aren't they, Dave?
Yes. It just depends if you want to use one or both, or one in a shield.
True. I could throw it with one, like throw
Mhm.
both of them with one, but I couldn't like wield both of them.
Right.
Okay, I won't take it.
Well,
I took the shadow spear. Does anybody else want it? I can put it back.
Fine by me.
Hobjorn
Yeah, I think
doesn't
it's very
say
good.
anything, but he does grab a vial of assassin's blood. It's not labeled, and he kind of just puts it into his little
I'm gonna
Bag of-
take the demon heart.
alchemist supplies.
And while Jaryu's fucking around with the Shadow Spear, I'd like to make a sneak check to try to pickpocket the amulet back from him.
Okay.
No.
Light of hand, please.
What do I need to roll?
I think it'll just be straight perception.
Oh, I clicked on that way too many times. I
I
love
was like, are you trying to really emphasize demon art?
yeah, I forgot that that's what
And
the...
Jaru, you pull out the shadow sphere and are kind of examining it, admiring the blade at the end, and in that moment, Jet, you sneaky sneak. Boop. You take it right back.
I had my eye on him. I'm not saying I won't, and I'm not saying this in game, but you know,
And you declare.
I just
declare bankruptcy.
I don't mention anything. I just kind of slide away.
Okay.
I'm none the wiser, but I'm about to be pissed off.
We can talk about it. All right.
Wait, was John's body completely destroyed, or is there still some?
Ooh,
There's some
skeleton left?
bones. It's mostly destroyed.
Ah, dang it! I just saw this crown of the undead, and I was like, we could save him.
He's gone.
Hmm.
Hey, this like demon heart though, like I know I emphasize it a lot, but the spell it cast is fucking ridiculous.
Plane shift.
Like-
Yeah. It's a
You
7th
might
level
want to
spell.
limit. I want to limit that one, dude. Technically, like I could take us to like Raptua, like right now without even like going through Grand City. I don't know. What
This
if
is
we
a
just
different
use
plane
that
of
one
existence.
I,
You
uh,
can teleport to like the water plane or the
Yeah,
fire
but
plane.
you can specify which plane. Like you can like so I can say this plane. Like I can be like wherever in Raptua.
Take me to the Serpent God in Raptua.
I'll work. Yeah, David. Let's work. Like somehow I can use that.
It's
like,
a 2-week,
like
2-week campaign now.
I mean,
let's, like, yeah.
So I'm trying to figure out how to say this.
Uh-oh.
Not spoily. I mean,
No,
I guess.
don't, if you don't have.
Let me
to
just say it like
anything.
this: I am perfectly cognizant of you having access to plane shift, and it is. It's not an oversight.
I love
So
that.
if you want to sit here in Blackstone Tower and cast it to get to Raptua, that totally works.
No, that'd be huge.
The ball is
We
in
don't
your
have to-
court.
We don't have to invade the. If we don't have to invade Grand City.
We should probably talk to the Archmage. About
Yeah, I
this
feel like
first.
we're gonna have to have a conversation about this now.
Yeah, that could be.
I did not
Do you even know where
realize
to
that
go?
you knew we had this thing. You were waiting for somebody to find it, huh?
Yes.
I
I am not surprised.
love that.
Bios.
What else is in
I
this
was
bag,
reading
goddamn?
I was literally looking through everything, and I read that, and I'm like, wait a minute. Well, I kind of like say to the group as I like am going through the bag of holding, like, what is this? What is this demon heart to? Are you guys aware of anything in regards to this? Do you know why we have this?
Where'd we pick that up? I don't know.
I don't even remember. And then I'm gonna kind of bring it to the Archmage. I'm gonna see what all he has to say about it. And I also bring him a giant plate of food, so he realizes I used a third of his rations.
Yeah, you can tell that he's almost more concerned about the meal that you bring him than the demon heart. He looks at the meal and says, "Did you bring this from Von Rink?"
Yeah, I brought it from our tower. Or shit. Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I used just a couple things from the kitchen.
It
And
would
you
have
look
been
at the
more.
meal.
One to
down.
two, like 1 to 2 things max. I mean, like, you'll never use less in your entire life. Like, we're eating
And
bare minimum.
he leans over to another side of his desk, and you can see that he makes a note for more supplies. As he looks back to you, somehow even more ragged and tired. What do you have here, Azos?
Well, we have this heart, and I kind of don't know what it does. And I was kind of, I'm much more intelligent than you are, but it's on much more sophisticated things like art and cooking and respect of other people's homes. So I just,
what are you asking?
I need you to tell me what this does. I am very intelligent, but I have no idea what this. What do I do with
You don't
this?
know what you don't know, Aslan. It's okay.
He takes the demon heart, and he inspects it. He looks at it carefully, and after a few moments, he looks up at you, now a little more, not concerned, but just gripped by what he's looking at. This is not a heart of this plane. This is a demon heart.
Well, I
Very-
did figure it was something else. It's not a, creature
Very
I would know.
interesting. And he goes over to his bookshelf. You can see that this bookshelf that's here was not originally here. The books inside of it were not originally here. These have all been brought for the Archmage to study here. And he goes through several different tomes and pulls out a large red tome that he flips through for a few minutes. Ah, here we go. And he places it down on the table. Yes, this is a demon heart of the abyssal plane. Let's see here. So, inherently, supremely magical. It, to access its specific magic, it must be consumed. And you see him kind of shudder.
I have to eat it.
One would have to take a bite of it, yes. It
Not the
only...
worst thing I've ever ate, so.
Unfortunately, I actually know this to be true. it only works for the consumer. It's a one-time use to shift yourself to a different plane. And he closes the tome. From accounts, you must be careful using this. There's a small chance, a very small chance, that it gets complicated, Aslos. The abyss where this creature is from, the demons are from, is an infinite abyss. It has infinite layers, and we mortals of the material plane have cataloged as many as we have traveled through, which number in the hundreds. Each layer is ruled by a demon lord who rules that layer, sometimes multiple layers. It appears as though these hearts, these demon hearts, are not a trap, but there's a small chance that one of the demon lords, Gratzt, as he's known, overviews this teleportation, I suppose I should say. And if not done well, he will snatch you.
So, this is just me? Like, there's no... I can't...
Right.
Okay. So no linking hands, no willing creatures. Yeah.
No holding hands, unfortunately.
Okay. So, this isn't as useful to me. Can I make another creature bite it?
I suppose if you could somehow force a creature to pull the flesh into their mouth. Yes,
You've
I don't
met
know why
me.
not.
I can do that. This could come
Yes.
in handy.
Yes,
Kinda
that's
pocket
true.
in and let me know if you need some more food. I mean, I am more than happy to cook down there. It seems like you guys have not used that
Oh,
thing
we're
for like
good.
months.
No, thank
months,
you,
Archmage.
Aslos. This is enough food for literally a week.
Yeah, and you got any spare books here that I can, read up on a couple things? I mean, there's no way you need all of these, right? And I just kind of go take one off the shelf that seems significantly unimportant to him, and maybe it is important to him. I just kind of grab it and, pocket it in my thing, and I say, good to you, Archmage. Just consider that the rent, I'll catch you later.
I'm gonna walk over to the bookshelf as well, but I'm gonna examine the books and try to look for one that seems educational and interesting. And then I'm gonna find one and turn around and may I to the Archmage.
And he just kind of raises his hands in exasperation. Sure, everyone seems to think that this is a library where you can just check out my books, so why not? Just...
He's such a good guy. Once you get to know him, I mean, he is I'll save it. See you later, Archmage.
Yeah,
Let's
drop
go,
the
guys.
book in my
It's
little
free
satchel.
library.
And then, as I turn around to walk out, I almost forgot. And I start rummaging through my bag, and I pull out a vial of the antidote. And I sat down next to the Archmage, and I say, Yaren made sure, he wanted to make sure you had one of these, just in case.
And he looks thoughtfully at the antidote for black broth. Thank you, Halbjorn. Not just for the antidote, but for your sacrifice traveling with them.
He just gives a little head nod. And that's the only one you might get for a very long while. So please keep it safe.
And the Archmage gives a tired nod and just continues to look thoughtfully at the antidote. And with that, we'll say that the group of you retire for the night. You all have individual rooms that you're allowed into. So the group of you kind of divide up into your different quarters as you long rest.
Good night, guys.
Good night. Morning.
And yeah, y'all go your separate ways. The stay in Blackstone Tower is a little rocky. It's I mean, y'all have seen a lot. It's undoubtedly still though like a little creepy. It's a little weird. A lot of noises in the night. Technically speaking, you're in 1T territory, so it's a little spooky in that regard as well. Just because there's no real reason to investigate an abandoned tower, but if they happen to investigate it, it would not go well. But regardless, the group of you sleep through the night, you wake up, and it's now morning the next day. As the group of you wake up and kind of reconvene together, you can hear the Archmage up before all of you in his office. He's kind of softly listening to music as he's working. And I think that the group of you would know that, like, whenever you're ready, go talk to the Archmage to proceed.
Yeah, I kind of wake up still groggy, go chill by the fire for a little bit, warm up, and then I'll make my way to the Archmage.
Wait, are we taking a rest?
Yeah, they did take a rest. Would you like to RP anything before you sleep? I basically described it as it's a little creepy, a little difficult to sleep as you all kind of divide into your different rooms. You're all in rooms down the same hallway. It's like almost like a hotel, but more like a barracks.
Okay.
But fortunately, none of you have to share.
Yeah, Jaryu's oddly comfortable in his surroundings.
Yeah, I think this actually kind of would be his environment. Dark, cold, a little creepy.
And before he goes to sleep, he starts rummaging through his backpack to look for the amulet that he so deftly took.
Uh-huh.
And I imagine finds that it's not there.
Yeah, you would be looking for a bit, rummaging through. You kind of that type of looking where at first you're pretty calm about it, and then you begin to pour everything out of like your backpack, your duffel bag, like you tear it all apart until you come to the conclusion, it's not that I can't find it, it's that it's not here.
I suspect I immediately know the culprit. And I go to Jin immediately and try to wake him up.
And yeah, Jin, you would hear a soft knock on your door.
I was already awake, waiting for him.
And you see Jin sitting on the side of his bed.
I plead with him that I need the amulet.
I believe you need it. I want you to trust us to be able to tell us why.
I need the amulet because now that Hale's dead, she's left some things behind that only a demon can recover from Shadowfell for me. Without those things, this happens again.
What kind of things?
What just happened in Monrique?
Oh, with Hale, yeah. Well, no. What kind of things did they leave behind? Is what I was asking.
I don't know. She had tools. She had ways to get to Shadowfell from here, to plane shift, to manage and maintain her power within Shadowfell. And I just want to recover those items to either destroy them or possess them.
Yeah, all right. I'm gonna hand over the amulet. I'm glad you could open up.
Thank you.
Just gotta remember to trust us, you know?
Yeah. And I stare longingly at the amulet as I'm walking out of the room.
There. And I would imagine, Jaryu, that you maybe even feel like a sense of relief.
Yeah, a bit. Yeah, certainly.
Yeah, as you go back to your room, now able to fall asleep. Jen, how do you feel afterwards?
I'm sorry. Doc, I'm interested. What's up?
Oh, it's okay. I just asked, we were describing how Jaryu now kind of feels a sense of relief getting the amulet and going back to his room. How do you feel giving it up after that exchange?
I'd like to roll an insight check to see if I could glean if
Okay.
I've had any kind of doubt from what he told me.
Yeah, you kind of think back as to what he told you, like his reasoning why, and you, I think, would feel like maybe for the first time ever that Jaryu like kind of made himself a little vulnerable. You think he was being honest for sure.
Okay, cool. Then I feel good.
Yeah, and the group of you all go to bed, long rest, wake up in the morning. Archmage is already whizzing and going, and is waiting for the group of you to come and talk to him.
I had right over.
Okay.
Yeah.
Perfect. And when the Archmage sees you, he looks up and kind of folds up some of his scrolls. Good morning. Good morning. Another great day deep in enemy territory. So, well, I suppose this is it, huh? We
This is it.
need to get going. Okay. So, a few things. First and foremost, I want you all to remember that this plan of mine, we need to come up with a cool name for this plan. I don't have one. Y'all are good at names. Maybe you can come up with a plan name. This
Operation
This-
Arrowhead.
Operation Arrowhead. Excellent. Operation Arrowhead is built on a multitude of assumptions being made by me. These assumptions, at any point in the operation, could prove wrong. The first and most important assumption is that the 1T have a Kodia-like figure. You could end up in Raptua, explore, and discover that my assumption was completely incorrect. At any point one of my assumptions is incorrect, it is up to you, it's your responsibility to pivot. Failure is not an option. So, I just want you to be cognizant of that as we proceed here. Does that make sense?
10-4.
Great.
Excellent.
Definitely.
Perfect. Okay, so the Operation Arrowhead, he kind of gives you a smile, Jin, is built out in multiple phases. Phase 1 is Grand City. Phase 2, Arrival in Raptua. Phase 3, identifying the totem animal. And then Stage 4, returning to Malnova. We will start with Phase 1, getting to Raptua. So, Fio and I have actually gone back and forth on this phase quite a bit. In some ways, it's the most important, because if you can't get to that portal, then, well, we lose. So, very important. My original idea was for you to storm the city, essentially. Kill as many 1T as possible, and carve a path through blood and bone to the Arcane College, where you force yourselves through the portal. As much destruction as possible, because we're essentially going to be storming into their capital here in Malnova. Fio raised many good points to me, and we have since changed the name of the game. Instead, this will be an entirely enigmatic operation. Phase, I should say. You are to enter the city completely undetected, into the Arcane College completely undetected, and hopefully into the portal completely undetected. I have created several tools for you to hopefully accomplish this, but I want to make sure that we're all in the right frame of mind before continuing. Does this make sense?
I gotta scratch my head and nod.
I just nod.
Okay. This next part might sound a little wacky, but I think it's the best we got. He goes over to a large box that's sitting on the floor. It's a crate, really, and takes a crowbar to open it. Inside, you can see mounds of straw. that he kind of dusts over to the side as he pulls out and places on his desk what appears to be a really quite handsome bowler cap. Ta-da! This is it. So I was actually quite inspired by you, Jin, and a device Yokizos has. Yes, your hat of disguise. I've seen you use it reliably quite a few times. And I've seen Yokizos use his helm of comprehending languages to quite a bit of success. So, I've been tinkering. I ordered these a few weeks ago and have been artificing them myself. I present a hat of disguise and comprehension. It only works one way. You can only disguise yourself as one T, and it allows you to speak and understand their language.
Oh, that's perfect.
I think you can see where I'm going with this.
Oh yeah, I know exactly what to do with this sucker.
So, I have one for each of you. Basically, we're going to... And he kind of is anxiously making eye contact with you, Fail, as he presents your ideas. We will be sending you into Grand City as one T, where you will blend in as well as possible, and just casually make your way to the Arcane College. Which, I should mention... I'm sorry.
What's our cover story? We're just like a random band of Yon T show up. That's cause suspicion.
Well, Fayo and I didn't get that far, and so that'll be up to you to determine.
Y'all don't want input on that, I'm sure.
Yes.
I instantly put the bowler hat on.
And as you place it on your head and it rests for a few seconds, the change isn't instantaneous. It's like a ripple of magic that flows down over you as you watch your skin slowly being transmutated to scale. And from the palish pinkish color of your flesh to a deep emerald green. And the group of you watch as Aslos turns into a 7-foot tall, broad 1T. It's wow, that is promising. That's
I put on
good.
my bowler hat and I want to see if I'm a wanty with wings or a beak.
And yeah, as you put on the cap, you watch as that same rippling transformative magic transmutates you. And the Archmage kind of gets up out of his chair and walks over to you. And your wings are no longer visible. You have shoulder blades where they rest upon your back. But the Archmage grabs one of your wings, and you feel it, Ventus. It looks as though he's grabbing nothing, but it's clear he's physically holding to something as he kind of yanks you back and forth. These are illusionary caps. They can make things visually seem as they are not, but physically, you will be the same.
I flop my wings around just to give it more of a test.
And you can feel the air being pushed off of them. So, no bumping into someone, Ventus. Not from the back, at least.
And then I tighten my wings to like into my body more.
Yeah, fold them up as close as possible. So, a couple of pointers. The hat will be visible on your head, as you can see already. It's part of the disguise. But don't lose that hat. If it gets knocked off even ever so slightly, your illusion will fade greatly. If it gets removed from your head, well, you are no longer illusioned. So, careful. You need to be cognizant of the fact that the grand city that we remember is really no longer. There might be multiple checks of anti-magic. If this is the case, your hats will be useless and your illusion will be revealed. Grand City now is essentially a giant military fort, and so defensively it is going to be built to the nine. It's not as though you're actually just strolling into a cosmopolitan city. This is the capital of a war zone. And as such, I anticipate the Arcane College is really no longer a college at all. I have no idea what they've done to the building, but considering it houses the only reason that they can really be winning this war with its major supply gate from the other side of the world, I would imagine the defenses being built up here are astronomical. So, in theory, you're walking into the city and strolling up to the college, but in practice, it won't be so simple.
You told me I'd be charting unexplored territories with the party and just traveling to give them potions. I wasn't told I was going to be attacking a Yonti capital war base.
Well,
We will
Nope.
be attacking, hopefully nothing.
exactly. No attacking, Frostbjorn. Halbjorn, Frostmantle. Instead,
Sufroth.
yes. I will admit to you, Hal,
That's fine.
I might not have been completely forthcoming in your objectives here, but I have to sell it, so we're here, aren't we? The most difficult part of this, I think, personally, will be the fact that I have no idea what 1T, and none of us do, what 1T culture is. What do they talk about? Do they have casual conversation? This is something you will have to improvise, because...
These caps allow us to understand the language, but what about speak it?
Yes, they will allow you to speak it.
Okay.
Don't talk too fast, though. But also don't talk too slow. You'll seem... slow.
I propose that two of us, like, pose as, like, we take the rest as, like, prisoners. Say we have to, you know, they were caught dealing with drow, or, like, and they need to go be brought to a higher power, so we need to return to the homeland to,
Yeah.
you know, lock
I was
them
thinking the
down.
same
Is the second a power tripping higher ranking officer wants to, like, he could just say, well, bring them to me instead or something.
Yeah,
They're
I don't
not just
think
gonna
you
let
would
us
get.
walk into the arcane college like that.
I don't think you get to guarantee that you would end up the place where you'd want to be for that to work. Like, there's no guarantee there at all. You'd be
No, we can
In a
limit the amount of
separated.
people.
You'd be,
We can limit the amount of people that would have to talk as Yonti, because we do have. I have invisibility.
And I can be sneaky.
Right. So, like,
Yeah,
I
I'll-
don't know. I think it would be easier to sell a group of 2 or 3 Yonti than a full group of Yonti. And, like, we just came from nowhere. You know.
yeah,
And
and it
if
makes
only,
you dynamic.
If only a couple people have to talk to them, then there's less chance of error, right?
So what's your proposal for going through the portal?
Well, I
Well,
mean,
Oh, what's portal?
let
We
me,
just go at the same time, right?
yeah.
let
we're
me,
doing-
I think that if you make it to the portal... how do I phrase this? I think, personally, that making it to the Arcane College should be as seamless, subtle, and in disguise as possible. Once you make it to the college and you have to get to the Waygate, possibly that's where more lethal measures can be taken. I'm not saying make a show of it, but at that point, I would use any measures necessary to get to the portal, whether you're in disguise or not. Does that make sense?
Let's try not to fight until the very end if we have to, basically. I mean,
Yeah,
we
but
don't
once
want to
we-
fight a whole fortress, right? So,
They're not gonna have the portal just like, oh, we just walk through there. No big
Right.
deal.
Well,
but what he's saying
you
is
might
at
have-
that point, it doesn't matter if we fight, because the whole fortress can try to
Right,
find
that's
us.
the time.
We're gonna bounce. So,
You might have to blast through.
but I also think that it's paramount that we spend some time surveying the fortress and seeing how the guards move in and out, and how they change shifts and how they rotate.
Yeah, if we can infiltrate Grand City with our disguises and spend the time, right? You're talking about at least a half day, full day,
I'm talking
maybe
about
2
even
days.
outside of it. Like, you think we're just gonna walk up to the front door and say, "Yeah, we're Yanti from this village or whatever, and we're coming to visit."
Well, I
her,"
think
like,
we got some kind of magic for that.
Oh,
I mean,
what if
sure.
we become
Going-
the Yanti Menagerie?
Oh, are we gonna perform for the Yanti?
Mhm.
We do
And,
have
uh,
that bowler hat.
Wait,
Dagger throw in the wild.
that,
And the
that explains
Arch-
the bowler hats.
And the Archmage kind of raises his hands and says that, and this might be part that you need to learn from the Wanti themselves. It could be quite accessible to other Wanti, right? This is the only way to go back to Raptua. So it's possible that people go through and from, actually quite often, like a bus station of sorts. We just don't know, is the problem. So
Sure.
it could be that with a ticket and paying some gold, you're just allowed back to the homeland.
Yeah, you gotta go
that's,
see old
that's
grandma.
what I mean. Like, we could sit and watch, like, sitting at a
Right.
distance and watching that, see what happens. Watch as Yanti go in and out,
I do-
see how that happens.
Yeah, disguised and just out in the open.
Hey, if we kill a rogue Yanti that doesn't have, like, other people with him, I can make a simulacrum of him and send him in and get exact information on how he got through there.
Yeah, or we could use that undead thing to get info from him. The Adam Whitner bag of holding.
We have an undead thing?
Yeah, we got options. I do like Halbjorn's assessment of like some of it's disguised, some of it's not.
Is the
I like that a
item a
lot.
speak to the dead item?
I thought it was, but I might have misread it.
Well, some of
Well,
us.
that, yeah, but you only get to ask 3 questions. If I get a simulacrum, I can literally have him come back to us and talk to us and give us all of the information as a living,
Ooh, yeah.
breathing Yanti.
That's good too.
It's you won't have 3 questions that could be cryptic. You know?
Yeah, that makes sense.
But either way, we just need to watch.
kind
We need to watch. We need to wait.
Does that kind of magic take time? What kind
Yes.
of what kind of
We need to kill a Yanti rogue party or something on the way if we can, and then allow enough time to do that. Maybe during that time is when you guys watch.
Okay. And how far away is Blackstone Tower from, or how do we plan on getting to Grand City?
Yeah, it takes 12 hours to do a simulacrum. So.
He kind of chirps up slightly. I have arranged a wagon for you.
A wagon?
nice?
A wagon. I assume they use wagons.
Okay. Drawn by a horse or what?
Yes, by horse. The fine horses, though.
Sweet.
Wait, when we were in Raptua, they had those dinosaur things we rode.
I don't think they brought the dinosaurs over, did they? I haven't.
Oh dear. Do you think they brought the
There's no-
They
dinosaurs?
might have brought the dinosaurs.
There's no reports of that in any battles. I think on Malnova. I thought. Hopefully not.
Hopefully not.
Fayo and Archmage, I'm a little bit concerned about your ability to scope out this whole situation. I have to say, we were saving the world, and I'm a little bit concerned about this guy.
I arranged a wagon. It was very expensive. Worst comes to worst, if they have the dinosaur things, you're Wanti, you're monsters. You killed and ate the bones of the humans that owned this wagon and rode it back to the city in celebration.
Man, you're
I'm
pretty
sure
good at
Thunder can do some shit too if he would just wake up. Like he got
Yeah.
some abilities, I'm sure.
Oh, one thing to note. They don't call it Grand City.
I would think.
What do they call
What do they call it?
It's a Wanti name. Let me write it for you.
Great city.
Uh,
The socks.
Des Soxa.
I It does not roll off the tongue at all.
Perhaps when you're 1T, it'll roll off a little bit better. I would avoid saying Grand City because I think that'll very quickly kind of reveal
Is
you.
that a translation of Grand City, or is that a renaming?
I believe it's a renaming.
Damn it. Because then we could just say Grand City while we have the hat on, and it says that name.
Yes. That'd be much more convenient. That's Soksa, the Saksa, the Saksa, the Skasa. It's a tough one. It's very tough.
Oh shit.
That sucks.
But I believe in you boys. You can do this. This is nothing.
Well, off we go then.
Yeah.
I mean, we've pulled off way crazier, so.
Much crazier. Much crazier.
I'm tired of being in this dirty tower.
Yeah, you've treated this place like crap, Archmage.
Well,
If I had another clumpy for you, I would leave him.
that would be
Still
very
busy
nice.
cleaning up our house.
But yeah, the house that was left a mess by Cornelius.
Yeah, our house.
Yeah, well,
Wondering
now
if Cornelius
I
is
must-
with me.
I must deal with him. So thank you for bringing him here.
You are so welcome, Archmage. Just consider it part of the rent payment.
Mhm. Okay, well, your wagon is waiting for you below. A 4-horse wagon, might I add. Do you have any other questions? Do you need anything else before?
I'll adorn my boulder hat on top of my hat of disguise.
Yeah, I put the bowler hat under my hat of wizardry.
And
I'll put it under my cloak.
as all of you adorn your special hats of disguises, you all slowly begin to transform into different kind of variations of 1T. It's a little freaky looking. You can see the Archmage is unnerved, looking filled with a room of his deepest enemies. Wow, this is horrible. I hate this.
It's gonna work. It's a good sign.
I can't understand a word you're saying. It's all in 1T. So this
Take
is
off the
a
hat. Do you have any more of those stones?
I
Oh,
knew
yeah,
I
that's
forgot
a good
something.
point.
No, I don't.
Hey,
Who all has
here's
stones
an
right now?
idea. I can't do this because
Who
I'm
all
not.
has-
I can't do enchantments. But why not enchant a stone to where if you write someone's name on it, that's their stone, and you can erase it and then write someone else's name on it in case they get handed around.
That is a. And he takes a quill and a piece of paper and writes it down.
Yeah, just an idea.
Well.
For now, though, who all has stones?
I do.
Don't want to do that before we leave. I think I have a stone. Don't I?
I have a
Ripjaw
stone.
has my stone.
Yeah, I think Aslos is the only one that doesn't have his stone, and then Halbjorn and Jar, you don't have them because they never had one.
Wait, Archmage, do you have a stone?
And he roots around, and I believe he has Thunderstone.
Oh, yeah, take that shit.
He does have Thunderstone. No,
Yeah.
no, leave it with him. Thunderdone.
I do have one.
Oh
Yeah.
yeah, you one.
Will that work
I'll-
across continents?
You did before.
Across
Well.
continents?
Yeah.
We will.
Well, we talked to Ripjaw,
It
so
worked through different planes of existence.
Oh yeah, we did talk to Ripjaw. It'll work, I'm sure.
Ripjaw
A
and
brave
Idaho?
new world. Yes.
Okay, so everybody has one except Paul Bjorn.
Well, and Thunder and
Jar.
Aslos and Jar you. So no,
Thunder,
only a couple of people have one.
Aiel, Archmage, Jin, Ventus.
Yep.
Well,
We just need to make sure we're cognizant of that when we're splitting, if we're splitting into groups for whatever reason.
Yeah, I like him keeping one. I like Archmage having one. I think that's worth it.
Well, you should make
Yeah.
some more and airdrop them to us when you're done.
I mean, prefer him over Thunder, yeah.
and the Archmage has a small smile on his face. Well, we won't see each other again for some time, so good luck.
Really, just about 2 months, right? Hopefully.
gonna be a long 2 months, I think.
Well, and you're going to be leading the distraction battle, right?
That's right.
You be safe.
General Oromir will be meeting me here at the tower soon. And then well, what was his name? DuPont will be meeting me here.
Yeah, Descartes.
Descartes, thank you, Descartes. Yes, thank you. Good luck. I know that you can do it. Be smart. And we'll see each other soon.
See you on the other side, Archmage.
Actually, give him a salute this time. Like, it's
And
time.
he smiles and nods.
Kind of look at him and say, "Don't die, because I want to be the one to kill you."
And he kind of grimaces and yes. And the group of you head out. And you head down to your wagon that you see is waiting for you. It is several horses that are pulling it, which is very exciting. And there's no carriage, there's no wagoneer. It's just a wagon with 4 horses.
Is it covered, or is it just like an open?
It is covered.
Okay.
Oh, we're going on the Oregon Trail, huh?
Mm-hmm.
Fuck. One of us is gonna die of dysentery.
I hope I don't drown floating in the river.
I hop in the wagon and I'm just chilling there.
Yeah, I hop in a wagon and pull out a pipe and start smoking
Yeah.
a pipe.
I decide that I
Trying
want
to
to
calm my
ride on
nerves
one of the
down.
horses for a little bit. So, no, I don't. Just kidding. I'm gonna get the bike. One T, don't do that.
And yeah, you continue outwards, and you ride for several hours. I would say probably 5 or 6 hours. And after these several hours, you begin to see in the distance the walls and the towers behind it of what once was a grand city. And I would think that for the original group of you, it's a little surreal seeing the city again. For those of you who haven't been to Grand City before, Grand City lies on a swamp of sorts. It is humid and hot here. The sun is bright and pine trees are in every direction. And as the group of you ride forward, you can see on the road more and more Wanti are walking about. Up to this point, it's been pretty unpopulated. You really haven't seen much of the Wanti conquerors on the road and whatnot, but now you're beginning to see them. And I think for all of you, you would feel like a chill of sorts. You know that you're disguised, but it would feel strange just to be so brazen, so exposed, as several Wanti kind of look at you as you ride by. And I would say that y'all are maybe 15 minutes or so to the gate of the wall. And I'll let y'all discuss your next move.
I'm gonna hand my pipe over to Jaryu and give him a wink and be like, "It's ember mold, the finest cave fungus." Oh, he's muted.
He's with child, I believe.
Yo, pass that shit this way.
Yeah, so I
What?
pass it over to him.
I take a big rip and I'm oh my god, what is this?
It's a cave fungus!
It's kind of funny aftertaste.
Dried ember mold. Calms the nerves, and he gives another wink.
What does that mean?
But when we start seeing other Wanti, do they have the dinosaurs?
Yes, yeah, you can see that they do have the kudu, as they're called.
I told you guys.
They're pulling wagons and whatnot. And you can see that your horses aren't garnering like a ton of attention, but they definitely aren't garnering 0 attention.
Alright guys, I think we're gonna have to kill one of these Yanti groups and take their kudu.
Definitely.
And then I can start working on some Malachrum right then. Just need to keep one of the bodies.
Should we like pull over on
So
the
I would-
side or something?
Yeah, we should like set up an ambush and like ambush and come
Dude,
in.
go back to session 1 and break a wagon wheel, and wait in ambush for someone to come loot the cart.
And
Callbacks.
as y'all are kind of in conversation, you feel your cart come to a stop, almost kind of lurching. And because the front of it is kind of blocked by the canvas, you can see walking over to the side of it is a 1T. Unlike a lot of the other 1T that are walking around in like civilian clothing of sorts, you're guessing, this one is armored. And he definitely looks more official as he steps to the side to speak to the group of you. You can see a strange weapon strapped to his waist, not wielded or anything. And once again, it is unnerving to be this close to a 1T. You can see his reptilian eyes, golden, with the reptilian iris. You can see his scales reflect in the light. It's a very odd feeling. And he kind of inspects the group of you.
Are there any other 1T like walking around on the road while he's
Yeah. Y'all are kind of in the midst of it now.
Yeah, there's people everywhere.
Yeah,
right?
yeah. Y'all are in a pretty populated place right outside the city. And he kind of looks at all of you and says, "Greetings."
I like nudge Jin to say something.
Hail and well met.
Well met. What brings you to Tasotska?
We've come on a plentiful bounty. We raided a human caravan and stole their horses.
And he kind of looks to the beasts and turns back to you. I was curious where your kudu were.
Oh, we hitched them up. We'll be going back for them out when we go back out to our scouting.
And go and roll a deception check for me.
Which I
Nice.
believe should be an advantage because of my actor.
Mm-hmm. Correct.
With advantage and the plus 50 or whatever.
And he kind of pauses for a second, kind of looking you all up and down. And he really doesn't necessarily have a reason to distrust you. It would feel very anxious and pressured in the moment because all of you know you are not 1T, but to the naked eye, I mean, you are 1T. And he gives a small nod as his tongue flickers out of his mouth to taste the air. Well, congratulations on your aid. Please proceed to the city.
And I give a nod, a deep nod, and carry on.
And he steps away from the wagon as you proceed forward. The gate is automatically open for all 1T, kind of filtering in and out of the city. And your wagon brings you forward into the city.
When we come in, how are the like citizens or like the other 1T movement? Do they look like normal people, just doing normal things, or does it seem like an army thing?
No, it's kind of half and half. You can see that the city certainly has a large military presence. There are, for lack of a better word, soldiers. A lot of 1T that you have fought the likes of, you recognize a lot of them. At least like in their armor, in the type of 1T they are, because remember, 1T comes in a lot of different flavors and forms. You can see several high-ranking 1T, which are much more serpentine than they are human, with their brazen armor, their fine weapons. And you can see more commoners, maybe more even peasants, that are more human than they are serpentine. The full spectrum here are in the city. And as the group of you drag in beyond the city walls, you can see what appears to you as though like a ghost of Grand City. The buildings are still here and they're still tall, but they have begun to degrade in multiple different ways. You can tell that maintenance hasn't been performed here. And where buildings have crumbled and fallen apart, next to them, more 1T-like buildings have been built in their place. You can see that in the dirt and in the roads, anywhere that isn't building really, there is a black shiny film on the ground. It's almost like a slime or an ooze that is beginning to wrap around and cover the city. It gives off the appearance almost like of oil, but it's much more viscous. And you can kind of see it in the image here. It gives the city a very gross, almost toxic feeling to it. The air here is heavy, and it's slightly difficult to breathe, and especially humid as you roll in.
As we
Jesus
pass
would've loved
by,
that.
I point out, oh, that's the bridge where Finn murdered all those people.
Yeah, and then Holly Gordon's like, some of this stuff wasn't in the stuff. It wasn't in the things I studied. And he kind of was like scratching his head, like,
I just get chills just rolling through the city. Like, oh man.
Yeah. Yeah, I think that, like I said, it feels like a ghost of the city. You can recognize even landmarks here and there, but they aren't the way that you remember them. And your cart pulls forward to a building and stops. You can tell that this is where essentially has been kind of magically directed to go.
is it like an
And
inn?
you've reached.
Because I was about to suggest going to like somewhere to stay the night.
Yeah, it's a little tough to tell. These buildings are a bit more foreign. It's not as though you can find one that has a big sign that says like tavern. Not because you can't read the language, but because they just aren't really marked in any way.
I guess this is where we're supposed to go. This isn't Arcane College, though, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, is the Arcane College obvious from?
It would
where
be
we are?
quite obvious, and you would all recognize it, those of you that have been here. This is definitely not the Arcane College.
But this is where we're being kind of chaperoned to?
It seems that way. The cart just kind of stopped here.
Should we push on, or?
Let's go in,
Well,
let's go in and see where we're at.
Okay, yeah. I guess we'll head inside.
Sure. Yeah, the group of you disembark from your cart, your carriage. You can see that several people are kind of looking at your horses, some even a little hungrily, as you push inside of this building. Once inside, the air here is still just as heavy and as toxic as ever. And you can see that there are several 1Ts sitting around tables, drinking some kind of like a black liquid. It almost kind of looks like coffee. You get the feeling that you're in a restaurant/tavern of some sort, although it's kind of difficult to identify. You can see that there is a counter that a 1T that is draped in different cloths is sitting behind. That kind of jumbles to attention when the group of you enter.
Hail and well met.
Greetings. What do you need?
We're just looking for a drink.
We have drink.
I'm good on drink. We talking about rooms too?
Oh yeah,
Been a
board for
long
the evening,
person.
please.
It was a long raid.
How many nesting chambers?
Just one.
Just one.
And you can see the 1T write down several things on a large black sheet of parchment type thing. It almost looks like papyrus. For Sakura.
Come again?
We don't have any. All
The
we have
charge
what
is
we-
for
raid.
Srekla.
All we have is what we got on the raid. And I look at Jen.
Yeah.
Gold. You got gold.
We have horses for trade.
How many horses?
Well, at least like 2, right?
Yeah.
Of
We have
how
4.
much meat do they produce?
a lot. They're big horses. They're nice.
And the 1T kind of stands up and walks from behind the counter. Show me these horses.
Right this way, sir.
And when you say sir, you kind of realize, Jen, you have no idea how to gender a 1T. They all look identical as the group of you step outside together. And the 1T examines the horses, kind of looking them up and down. 3 horses.
And I look over. What do you think, guys?
3 horses
about-
for 1 nesting chamber?
No,
What
I mean
about
for
2.5 horses.
I assume we're gonna have. Yeah, we don't need the horses though.
Is this just to get like a sum of money from them?
just let us stay the night, I guess.
I'm not giving 3 horses to stay 1 night.
No. I think we should stay as long as we're in town.
Okay.
Is what we'll ask for.
Extended stay.
Yeah.
Yeah. Indefinite
4
stay.
horses for an indefinite stay. And unlimited drinks.
Hold on. We might need that other horse because we might need to sell it for some money. Some sekla.
And the 1T takes out a small abacus and begins to adjust the bones on it. 3 horses for a brooding chamber. And he looks at the horses once again. Yes, I will accept.
Indefinite stay?
You asked for a brooding chamber, no, not a nesting chamber.
Yes. Brooding chamber. It is. 3 horses.
And he takes the reins of the horses and unfixes them and takes the horses to the back. Maybe some of you would feel a little bad knowing now the fate of these horses.
Yeah.
But
Think
No,
better
not
of
here.
Yeah, right.
Yeah, you very carefully distract Thunder. I like to think that Jar-Yu kind of takes Thunder to the other side of, oh, look at this over here. Like, wow, the architecture. As you make this trade for horses. Horse meat, essentially. As
I'll
the
be a little
1T
bit
brings
on-
you back inside and presents you, Jin, with a long fang, kind of crafted into a key.
Take it.
Brooding chamber 4.
Number 4, eh? Got it. What time's supper?
And you can see the 1T thinking carefully. It won't be for another few hours before we will have the horses slaughtered.
No problem. Just let us know when it's ready. I'm hungry.
And the 1T provides a deep nod.
Bjorn is nauseous in his stomach of the idea of eating a horse.
It's hard work killing humans.
And the group of you now have your key. What do you do next?
Let's go pawn off this last horse so we can have some money.
Yeah, what did he call the currency?
Need to
Sekla?
load. Sekla. I have no idea what that entails.
Yeah, how many do you think we can get for that horse?
I don't know, but whatever first price they offer us, let's bulk at it like they're giving us a
Yeah, like an
rip-off.
insult. Yeah, that's how you barter.
Alright, I do have some supplies, so give me that key, and I'll put some stuff up in the room.
Sure, I hand it over.
Okay. Fayu, you take the key. Are you going to your brooding chamber right now?
Yeah, I'm gonna go to the brooding chamber. I'm gonna take some of the supplies we have.
Sure. The
I'm gonna
You-
go with. I'm gonna take
Okay.
stuff too.
yeah, the two of you kind of take some like a chest, a crate, and a couple sacks that you had in the back of the carriage, and begin to bring them up to the brooding chamber. When you arrive at the staircase to go to your brooding chamber, you expect to go up, like most taverns and hotels, but instead you see a staircase going down.
Kind of cock an eyebrow as I follow.
And the group of you head down. It gets quite cold down here. Chilly, not cold. but certainly not as warm as the upper level. And you find a large stone door that has been carved with the number 4 essentially in one T.
Do we recognize that with these hats on?
Yeah, I think that you would.
Okay.
And you slide the fang into a large hole where it clicks some kind of mechanism, unsealing the door for you. And as you open the door, the group or you are hit with a slight wave of nausea as you are revealed to a probably 10 foot by 10 foot chamber. And this chamber is filled with dirt, mud, black ooze, and water. And the mud, black ooze, and dirt have been piled up into large mounds that you reason are beds.
Home sweet home.
This ain't gonna work. We gotta make this quick.
Yeah, the nausea gets even worse.
Yeah, this is bad.
Aslos like absolutely sees nothing wrong with it at all for some reason. I don't even know why. He's like, why? You know who would love this? Yuki does.
I was thinking the same thing, you know.
That tracks.
Jory molds a pile into a chair.
Yeah, you kind of try to form it up, and it's not quite solid enough. You kind of mold it up, and it kind of begins to ooze back down slightly. But you kind of make like a small depression, like a beanbag of sorts.
I like to think that Halbjorn is casting Mage Hand, and he's like ew ew ew, like grabbing sludge and just moving it out of the way with his magical hand, just like trying to clear a spot that's somewhat clean.
Yeah, it's rough.
Whatever we're doing here, getting our intel, we got to do it quick, right? Like we can't sleep in this.
This is utterly disgusting.
This is gross as fuck.
This is the life of
Not
soldier
what I
life.
signed up for.
So
I'd rather sleep outside in the
eating.
stars.
Go ahead.
Well, I can't very well do that in the middle of a city, can I?
Nope, that's why we're here.
I make a bed out of the whole thing, and I just start laying down and drinking out of my meat bag.
I just smash some more ember. What do I call it? Ember something. Ember mold into my pipe to try to calm myself down, and I'm like sucking it in like I'm ripping down a cigarette, you know.
Can I try some of that?
Yes, of course.
Yeah, man, it's good.
I kind of like suck it. Like, I see, it's the first time I've watched him really do it, and he's sucking it down so rapidly, so I do it myself, and I just start like,
I just imagine it's
good lungs.
It's like really high-end tobacco from the Underdark. It's not weed.
Right.
I love
But
it.
it does, like, you smoke a pipe, like, you chill out, you know, like, definitely have that. Yeah, he's basically just going through a pack of cigarettes right now, just keeps shoving his bag of ember mold in there. The room is full of smoke.
Yeah, it's a very, very strange combination of odors, feels, and visuals as the group of you drop off your bags, your possessions, and begin to work on what happens next.
Yeah, for sure. We need to head. We need to go further into town, right, and find exactly where we're at compared to the college.
Yeah.
Yeah, I
It
think
should
the
be
first
easy to
business
find.
is
On the
let's
college.
try to sell the horse and the wagon.
Yeah, that could be like an activity that helps us
Get
move
to the
about.
college.
Right?
Yeah,
we're just
right.
we're back from a raid. We got spoils. We're trying to
We
get.
don't know
you
where,
know,
and it makes sense. We're not from here. We don't know where to go trade, so we can ask people. It's okay. So yeah, we want to take those to go sell them. Get us some Seska.
Oh, that's right. No, I like that one more.
Get us some Sekla.
Get us some Seklas. Yeah, whatever the fuck those look like.
And then maybe we can fund Yeah, and then we can maybe find out where the Arcane College is, and go from there.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I like
Well,
it.
let's do it now before someone kills our horse outside.
Yeah, no, we should get on it. Are we? Yeah, we gonna stay all together, or are we? what
Yeah,
are
we should
doing?
definitely stay together. I don't think we should split up under any circumstances at this point.
Some of those hungry looks they were giving our horse makes me worried that if we stay too long in here, it will not be there anymore.
I agree.
Yeah. The group of you, Jaryu, you're fiddling with your amulet as you listen, and all of you can feel yourselves kind of slowly sinking in this muddy, slimy mixture, and you begin to pull your boots out of it, and you watch as Jaryu activates and rubs the amulet. And
Hey, what does this amulet do?
I think that, yeah, actually,
Session.
man, Angie just read my mind. That's actually exactly what I was going to say. I think this is a perfect place to end the session. As Jaryu rubs the amulet as y'all are all pulling your boots out of the mud.
What does it do?
And
Oh,
we'll pick up here next time
Damn,
in
GG.
beautiful.
the former
What?
Grand City.
We're back.
Does the amulet do?
We're in there.
You're in there.
Thanks,
You're in
David.
it.
Oh, we made
Sorry,
it.
guys, I
Yeah.
gotta bounce.
Yeah, no worries.
GG's, everyone.
Well,
Bye, Kyle.
GG's, guys.
Why is no one answering the question?
What was the question?
What does the amulet do?
Oh, here.
I didn't get to see it before it got exchanged.
Oh, for it. Do you actually have it in your?
I think Jar, or it might be in Jen's.
Kyle's?
Yeah.
Yeah. Yes,
Summons
this.
a demon.
I believe it's this one. Is this right?
I think the notes on
Andrew?
this one. I think these are good notes. Proud of them.
Oh God.
Yeah, that's it.
Is this like something we all see, or is this something that only Jaryu would see?
The effects or him rubbing it?
Oh, the effects.
The effects. I think that y'all like actually identified this. So I think that all of you would know. We'll say that you have.
No, sorry. Like, he talks to a demon, right?
Oh,
He
that part of it. Yes, you would definitely see that.
Okay.
He gets one favor. What did he mean? Anything?
Yeah. I mean, he can be like, I want you to kill the Archmage or something. Oh, I don't think I heard him explain what he wanted.
Yeah,
I don't
kill
think he
the
said.
Archmage.
I don't think he said it.
He said he did.
Oh.
He's
Oh yeah,
leaving
yeah.
us in
Oh.
suspense
You're-
for a week.
He talked to Jin about it with the
Oh, that was when I was AFK.
Oh yeah,
Oh.
I was incapacitated. Damn
Well,
What did he say?
that's good then. Y'all it can be an actual surprise to you
Oh,
and your
shit.
characters.
Nah, I'm just gonna watch my recording before I upload.
Or yeah, that works too.
Jacob, tell us when you hear it again.
it.
Stop it now.